Morning, everyone. Thank you very much for the invitation. I was very happy to participate in the IAMCR Presidential PH Research webinar. And I speak now about media literacy, citizenship, and virtual education, and the challenge for Latin American society in the post-pandemic. Media literacy appears as a theoretical and practical space formed by the interrelationships between two fields that are often separate, education and communication. It is a theoretical and practical field of study, and its focus to study its own communication process and the relationships with teaching and learning processes. Media literacy exposes features of education and communication throughout the experience and interrelation of the subject with the environment in a permanent search process. In Latin America, media literacy has been approached from different theoretical currents with various lines of development in its practical conception. Although it received valuable contribution from European and North American pedagogy and sociology. It is in Latin America where Pablo Freire and other educators developed it as a pedagogy of the oppressed, as an education for democracy and an instrument for the transformation of society. The concept of media literacy is sustained on the basis of two autonomous disciplines, communication and education, within the framework of the dialogical education model proposed by Freire at the dawn of the 70s. This approach is based in the ideas of critical pedagogy promoted by the pedagogy Paulo Freire, who understood education as an action-oriented training as well as semiotic current, formal structurings, and constructivist movements that advocate more open and student-focused. From this new perspective, Mario Kaplun builds an education model and emphasizes the process, which starts from an endogenous mechanism that focuses on the person and emphasizes the stage of development. The author highlights the importance of the transformation process of people and communities. In this sense, he is not concerned so much with the contents that are going to be communicated, nor with the effects in terms of behavior, but with the dialogical interaction between people and their reality, the development of the intellectual capacity of their social conscience. With the contribution of Francisco Sierra in the arena of education and communication, binomial becomes a strategic cultural field and becomes a priority objective of modern approach for the democratization of communication and culture, political of education, which will assume the recommendation of UNESCO, including informal education system, all forms of studying, learning, and teaching. In Latin American society, it is necessary to incorporate ethno-educational process that depend the recognition of the cultural particularities in Latin American Caribbean peoples. It is about transcending the paradigm of segregation of educational system, incorporating diversity in all its aspects. This change of focus implies that inclusion is not only incorporating diversities, but celebrating them as an opportunity to build better society. What about the virtual education? The outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic was detrimental in terms of financial well-being, emotional health, the increasing fake news and misinformation in social networks. The pandemic exacerbated social inequalities, inequality and exclusion, while paradoxical becoming an opportunity to strengthen social relation guided by a feeling of solidarity and collaboration around the search for the common good. The disruptive nature that we experienced during the period marked by social isolation forced university and higher education institutions to reconfigure academic life. On the other hand, in terms of the condition for the development of academic activities in universities, the health emerging realized the importance of face-to-face attendance and the emphasis of a purely virtual university projects. The health crisis brought with in the need to implement a major adjustment to school and academic life. In Latin America, the origin of this change and the relative inexperience in digital education constitute a double change aggravated by the inequalities and limitation of access present in the region. Latin America since was no stronger to this situation, and in each country the scientific community was called upon to respond to local problems, to advise on public policy decisions, and to translate technical knowledge to the general public. The humanity have made and more making vital contribution to the investigation of the most fundamental human and societal change, including cultural dynamics, environment change, technological development, health, migration, social cohesion. This report, Education in Times of the COVID-19 Pandemic of UNESCO 2020, UNESCO 2020, was equality and inclusion focus on the most vulnerable and marginal population groups, quality and relevance focus on improving the contents of the study programs, education system, preparation of the education system to respond to crises, interdisciplinary and intersectoral planning and execution focus not only on education. Nowhere, global interconnection has a local and daily presence, original to a great extent by the revolution in technology advance, the appearance of the internet and the proliferation of small devices with great connection and the socio-cultural transformation that they bring with them. Social, academic, and professional life is engaging grows by cultural imaginaries that circulated and are built from the forms and dynamic of a digital culture, which take place both on social networks and in transnational media. The concepts associated with the global citizenship have very old historical roots, but in their current construction, the process that goes from the creation of the United Nations in 1945 and the Universal Declaration of Human Rights in 1948. Today, global citizenship is understood as a type of citizenship that transcends the national space, removes itself from a specific identity and or territorial spheres, and embraces a global ethic in constant development. Global citizenship is also an educational perspective that promotes a new model of citizenship. The public service media and public service internet manifesto. The manifesto was edited by prolific communication writers and researchers such as Christian Foch and Klaus Unterberger in 2021. It is the result of materials such as Foch reports on the results of the Internet Public Service Media Surveys, the written version from Graham Murdoch's online talk on public service media, and subsequent sociology discussion. In its introduction, it has 10 principles. There are democracy and digital democracy regarding public service media, and we call for the safeguarding of the existence of public service media, requires an internet that improves democracy. Public internet service platforms should promote equity, democracy, participation, dialogue, and promote participation on the internet. Civic imagination is necessary in the terms proposed by Jenkins, Peter Lazara, and Sherestova. A civic imagination, understood as the ability to imagine alternative to current cultural, social, political, or economic conditions, requires and it has of thought the ability to imagine the process of change, to see oneself as a civic agent capable of making change, to feel solidarity with others whose perspective and experience are different from their own, to join a target collective with shared interests, and to bring imagined dimension to real world space and place. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.